Well, right now we're in a time of science fairs, but before you finalize your project, consider what Christopher Collet and Cynthia Nixon have done in Manhattan Project. Chris, describe your project.
Describe my project. Well, my project was actually a small thermonuclear device.
Sure. Every
Yes.
kid should have one in his basement.
Right.
And Cynthia, you're helping.
Yeah. Yeah.
You first want to make an article about this, but you've got an ulterior motive in this project.
Which is?
I'm asking you. In building a bomb, you guys are trying to prove a point.
Trying to get across to the public really just how easy it is if you can get your hands on some plutonium, that anybody with access to the papers and the files with the, you know, plans of how to build it can.
But you also seem to be kind of the conscience of the film. The idea that there's a laboratory involved in nuclear experimentation in your backyard, literally, is something that you think the neighborhood should know about?
Yeah, I think Chris's character is more interested in the technical aspects of it, the mechanics of it, and Jenny is interested in how it affects her neighborhood and the rest of the world.
Chris, do you think it's typical that a kid 16, 17 years old might not be quite aware of the implications beyond the gadgetry aspect?
I think it's very typical. In my own experience, growing up in New York City, I find that most kids are pretty enlightened. But having traveled quite a bit throughout the world in the United States, I think that, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the young people are sort of naive towards the whole issue. And I hope that something as serious as, you know, a meltdown in Chernobyl will really bring it out into the open, because it's something that we've got to deal with. It's on our hands.
Cynthia, I'd ask you the same thing about your own school environment. Do you find that there's a lot of know-how technically, but maybe a lot of the kids don't quite know the full implications of nuclear warfare?
Well, I wouldn't say that there really is very much mechanical know-how, and I think that's one of the nice things about the film, is that it really brings it down to, it makes it very immediate, shows you the bomb and shows you all the parts and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think there is a lot of ignorance, not only young people, just everybody, about, you know, what exactly are the results of a nuclear war and a nuclear winter.
Chris, lest we think this is out-and-out fantasy, is it really possible to construct a bomb like you do in the film?
It certainly is. It's actually frightening. In researching the role, Marshall gave me a couple of books to read, and I learned little interesting tidbits, like it takes about 2 kilograms of plutonium or any fissionable material to build a bomb that's capable of wiping out a city as large as New York City. And that remains constant, yet every year we create millions and millions of tons of the stuff, and much more than that constant static amount disappears. And the plans to do such a thing, all of the sort of mathematical calculations which were standing in everybody's way 40 years ago, they're all figured out now and available from the U.S. government.
This film shows 2 young people who are not jerks. You're not silly, you're not superficial. Do you yourselves think maybe too many films show kids in that light, as opposed to the profile that we see here? You're learned, you're informative, you're concerned.
I think, yeah, I think the recent trend of teen films is kind of on the downward slide. I think that's showing at the box office, and people are tired of party movies, I think.
Well, compare this to Weird Science. All they want to do is build the perfect woman.
Right.
Here, your concerns seem a little bit more profound, I think. Chris?
I never saw Weird Science, but I tend to agree with Cynthia. I really enjoyed Breakfast Club, which was, I guess, sort of the first of the whole slew. And since then, I feel the same way. I think those movies are getting more and more trivial. Personally, I don't enjoy them at all.
There's a rather bizarre yet gentle humor to Manhattan Project. Could both of you take us to the set with Marshall Brickman and John? And
oh no.
Tell us a little bit. I mean, was there a humorous quality on the set, or were there long faces and profound silence?
No, there was a totally extremely humorous quality. So humorous, in fact, that I almost couldn't handle it. Because I recall one scene, the scene where we're all sitting down and having dinner, and the scene opens with the entire cast laughing. And after 39 takes, it's very hard to start a scene laughing. What Marshall would do is, right before he'd roll the camera, he'd say one word. I don't know how he came up with 39 different hysterical words, but he did it. And he was so funny, in fact, that a couple of times we couldn't stop laughing. We couldn't get serious to do the scene, so he was great.
You seem to be confirming that.
Yeah, Marshall's a very funny man. It's very hard to keep up with him.
Yeah.
Very quick mind.
I'd like to know about your own backgrounds in closing. May I ask how old in each case?
20?
And
18.
18. So you're not that far, really, from your character's age.
No.
Okay. What about your own background? Are you able to work in a lot of schooling and professional work at the same time? Cynthia first?
Well, yeah, we both go to the same, or went to the, he's still there. I've graduated already. Went to the
Same school?
High school, yeah.
Same
Really?
high school.
We're doing actually a benefit for it in New York. For the high school, and our director's daughter goes there, and our special effects guy used to go there. And
Sheer coincidence?
really bizarre.
Sheer coincidence.
Sheer coincidence. It's almost like Hunter College High School Productions, because
Yeah.
2 of the guys who played the nerds are my classmates. So it
what
was bizarre.
school again?
Hunter College High School. in
Hunter
New York.
College High School.
Right.
Yeah, it's part of the Board of Higher Ed. It's a specialized school.
Well, gee, it'd be too good to be true if the 2 of you were in a high school production together somewhere.
We missed out.
One would be a
Maybe
senior and one a
college,
sophomore,
maybe
maybe, or
college,
something.
yeah.
You work very well together here. Kind of a nice, gentle love story. Any possibilities you might continue your friendship or professional association?
Well, we both live in New York, and we're both up for the same kinds of things, so I think we'll be running into each other.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I don't remember what movie it is, but somebody was saying that they were totally considering you as my girlfriend in something again. That'd be great.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So that kind of knowing quality you have with each other on camera maybe is for real.
Well, let's hope.
I'm not pushing the romantic part, you understand. One last note, Marshall Brickman himself, had you heard of him before you worked with him? Was it a big plus for you?
Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan of Simon.
Which this resembles in some
Yes, yes. So I was very excited about the prospect of meeting him and then of working with him.
And of course, Christopher, I know how much you hated to work with John.
Oh yeah, what a drag. Ugh. No, that was great.
I mean, is he great or what?
He's fantastic, and he's fantastic, and I don't know what quality it is, and I can't pinpoint it, what it is that's fantastic about him, but he would come on the set, and it would just be like, I don't know, there's some kind of energy flowing that motivated me, motivated everybody, cast and crew. I had to be on the set every day because I was in every scene of the movie, and after 13 weeks of shooting, I was exhausted. And we had to do a real big scene where we're carrying the bomb out. I was just dead beat, and John really said, okay, Chris, let's rehearse this. Let's go out and take a run and get psyched for it. And we did, and seeing him do such a great job really motivated me.
Results, a science fair project of truly explosive proportions. Christopher Collet, Cynthia Nixon in Manhattan Project, and from New Orleans for KCTV5, I'm John Tibbetts.